Ah, city builders. Just when you think you won't find anything new in a genre, something surprising comes up. Does AIrborne Kingdom's flying builder take the genre to new heights, or is it a flaming Hindenburg of an atrocity that will leave you disappointed? Watch on and find out. My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. I really do like city builders. I like all manner of city builders. I've played lots of different kinds, from tower builders to farm builders to your expected SimCity and City Skylines. We recently reviewed Endzone, a post-apocalyptic city builder. When I saw AIrborne Kingdom by Thunderful Development hit the market, I knew I had to give it a try. About 5.5 hours later, I've got news for you. AIrborne Kingdom takes a lot of common city builder tropes, like roads and housing and supply lines, and tosses them all literally into the air. Your city is actually a flying platform, and you move it around the map in order to complete an overarching quest. To restore a much bigger mega kingdom by uniting lots of smaller kingdoms, or whatever. AIrborne Kingdom is at times equal parts builder and resource manager. You have little airplanes that fly down to the ground to collect the different types of resources, trees, clay, iron, etc. You can build different production buildings that then transform those raw materials into specific building materials, which ultimately can be used to construct yet more buildings? As is typical in the city builder genre, the needs of your inhabitants get more complex as the game goes on, which requires you to continually upgrade your flying habitat. Adding lighting, religious buildings, and other things becomes a requirement. Unhappy citizens will leave, although I'm not quite sure how they get down once they decide they're done with you? Maybe they take the fast route. You don't magically know how to build all that stuff, though, so managing research and going through the tech tree is also important. Leveling up your propulsion systems reduces their fuel burn, you can stack houses taller, which takes up less space, and so on and so forth. It is pretty well thought out as far as tech trees go. Because your city is in the air, in addition to managing typical things like food and water, you also have to manage lift and propulsion. And to add an interesting tilt to it, pun intended, if you build your airborne city too lopsided, it will tilt, which upsets your inhabitants. And, as we previously mentioned, managing the happiness of your inhabitants is important. Oh, and things that are noisy also tend to make people upset, so managing noise pollution, in a way, is important too. Those fans, they ain't so quiet. The game has a bit of a nomadic feel to it because you're moving yourself to where the resources are and not sending people out to get the resources. As you explore the map and find these resources, you encounter other ground-based kingdoms. In order to establish formal relationships with them, the primary game objective, you are given various missions to accomplish, which are usually in the form of go and find something for us. The trope is a little tired, but hey, at least there's a new outfit for it. As you go on to find other kingdoms, you end up flying over different landscapes, each of which has its own unique set of resources and/or a lack of other resources. This makes resource management quite a challenge as the game progresses. That desert basically has no water, so you have to grind for a while to build huge water tanks to fill up so you can spend more time there to complete the missions. And that's about where I got tired of it. While some folks might say that the pace of the game is very relaxing and that it's very casual and low commitment, to me it felt really like quite a grind. Flying in the same circles to build up resources to slowly grow the city so that you could go find the next thing got a little boring. There's no random map generation and just one story at this time, so replayability is potentially pretty low. Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. Agree with me? Disagree with me? Or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. Want to try this game yourself? Check out my humble affiliate link below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. If you are looking for a slow-moving city builder with a refreshing graphical style that can be played very casually, this might be your game. If you're looking for something new in the builder genre and like tech trees and resource management, then this might be your game. But if you don't like having to scum save or constantly make sure you're not running out of one resource or another, then you might find the mid-game a little maddening. On my trademarked 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, it seems like there's only fruit to eat in this airborne city. I mean, there's not even a steak. What gives? Meh.